A very good morning to you from Humberto Delgado International here in Lisbon, Portugal. It is just currently 6 a.m. Sitting outside Echo India Golf X-Ray Lima, Boeing 737-800, about to embark on service Ryanair 88 to Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport in Madeira, Funchal. So very nice here. This is the MK studio scenery. We are in Vacating, it's quiet. There was one departure before us, but now they're gone, so yeah. It's looking very nice here. Very nice and quiet morning. Sun won't be rising for another hour or so, so yeah, we will have a nice sunrise arrival to Madeira. So yeah, let's get onto the flight deck and get the aircraft prepared for departure. So welcome to the flight deck here. Aircraft is set up as usual, and we will now get into position. Again, taking up the operation of flight plan here. So Ryanair 88, call sign Ryanair 088 from Humberto Delgado to Madeira. And it's going to be Echo India Golf X-Ray Lima. Real one is Golf X-Ray November, so it's fine. Yeah, split scimitar, short performance aircraft, I believe. So Cosmic 6 ground distance is 556, and we have a 36 knot headwind, which means flight time a little longer than usual, which is fine. Cruising at flight for 370 today. Alternate I put in Tenerife South. I couldn't actually find the SOP alternate for Funchal, so Tenerife South it should do. Yeah, which is quite far away, so it will act as tankering a little bit of fuel on the third sector back to Funchal. We won't be operating it, but yeah, seems realistic. And we've taken 1 ton of extra fuel for holding, because aircraft burns about, as you can see, 1 ton for every 30 minutes of flight, so extra holding fuel, extra half an hour of holding fuel. We do have that in case we do need to hold for the wind conditions, because we don't want them to be over limits when we commence the approach. So block fuel 8439, we have 94 in the tanks, so 1000 kilos more. Final reserve plus 3.6 tons. Routing today standard straightforward, Optus 1 Sierra departure, and Raccoon 1 Papa for the runway 05 approach into Madeira, departing with runway 20 in Lisbon. So this is from radar box. 6:30 AM local scheduled time, so we'll be a bit early today, which is good. Yeah, it's always good to be early. And we block in at 8:25 AM in the morning at Cristiano Ronaldo International. Already 4 packs. I think it's almost a full flight this morning. I think 187 or something like that. So yeah, 184 seems reasonable. That's the max we can take on this aircraft. 59 tons of zero fuel weight, and the fuel 9.4 tons. So takeoff weight's gonna be 68.3. Landing with 64.1. It's still below 65.3 tons. Right now, max landing weight. So it looks like it's going to be a bit turbulent. Shear value 8 at top of climb. So weather is currently, it's picked up a lot, so it's 18060 knots now. Temperature 16 KNH1009. Madeira Funchal currently is 33015 knots, so die down a little. But it's still a pretty strong cross on the left, and it's over the turbulent section of the hill, so I'm expecting quite a bit of turbulence here. So forecast winds are going to be strong. Hoping for some strong winds, because that's going to make things fun. So no temps, November 1 closed due to operational reasons. NDB, the NDB low frequency and serviceable. AVDGS Alpha 1 West strip with trench. Okay, okay. Alpha 1. Okay, noted, military crane erected. Mike 1 renamed, Romeo 1, Mike 2, Tango 1, 2, and renamed. So a couple renamings. So maybe we need to take a look at the kilos closed. Okay, quite a lot of works. Yeah, so basically, yeah, this is not relevant for us because we're not going to be flying that instrument approach. Yeah, we are RNAV equipped. And for Madeira, yep, sure, we'll do that even though we won't need to because there's no tower online probably. So currently we are parked stand. Now we need to take the weather, which is down here. So you can see turbulence, light to moderate turbulence up to flight level 380, and down here there's even moderate to severe up to between 340 and 400 in a jet stream that we're going to be crossing. So it's going to be quite quite the interesting flight we'll be having, cruising right at about the tropopause. Alright, so currently we are parked stand 206. So yeah, this is what we want to see down here. Parked stand 206, which is here, and we're going to be pushing back on Zulu 2. November 1 is closed, so we can't take that. Otherwise, it's all fine. So the taxi routes from to runway 20 is going to be Zulu 2, Mike 4, and then it seems to say that yeah, it seems to say that they want us to do this. So coming up, Mike, then Quebec, no, correction, and then Tango, all the way up here, and then uniform. We're going to be planning for uniform 5. That's our plan for the departure. Why? Because we don't want to cross and then go all the way there. It seems to be a waste of time. So uniform 5 we can take it anyway. It's just a 2-degree decrease in the selected temperature. So otherwise it should be just fine. So takeoff run available is 2412 meters. We have put in there. And yep, it's going to be straightforward here. Uniform 5 departure off runway 20. Departure is going to be the all-bot 10 departure of runway 20, tracking 205. A couple restrictions on the altitude there, which we will meet very nicely. Probably get a couple of shortcuts as well. Max 250 below flight 100. That's noted. Initial climb clearance. Flight level 100. MSA 117297. Radio 4000 to the north, 3000 to the south. And air elevation 355. So MFRA 1360. Since we are doing NADP 2 departure, so 1360 has been put in there. Fixed rings have been drawn as well. Yep, there you go. 25 miles. 297117. So engine failure heading select 205, 3000 feet, and hold right hand and left hand circuit for runway 20. Both are fine. And for the immediate return, course ascent 205, frequency 109.5 with the Lisbon 114.8 VOR tuned as well. As you can see here, 1095 in Lima Bravo, Lisbon VOR 1148, minimums 547. Weather conditions today are fine, yeah, a bit cloudy, but you know, you can see the moon, so it's just fine, no issues there. Okay, we have it tuned, and we even have the identity in Lima Bravo. So for the rejected takeoff, below 80 knots reject for any master caution abnormalities, above 80 reject for only for engine, fire warning, aircraft unsafe, unable to fly, wind shear. I'll go stop, I'll close the throttles, raise the speed brake lever manually and apply maximum reverse, manually apply maximum braking. You verify the throttle disconnect. The throttles are closed, max reverse has been applied, speed brake lever is up, maximum no braking or operation of anti-auto brake. You then go 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots. I stop the aircraft on the runway, set a parking brake, use set flap 40, and you inform air traffic control of our reject. So we identify the problem, run the checklist, take it there. Okay, so takeoff performance, we are going to review now. It's going to be a left seat takeoff runway 20, 2412 runway length, conditions dry, NTIs off, and packs on, 26k, select temperature 48, 92.9% at 1, 1000 feet acceleration, NEDP 2, flap 5, 6.24 knits trim, 434449 is our OPT. It is within 1 knot of the FMC speed, so we're going to take that. 424448, 92.9% at 1, 6, trim 6.25 units, set. And takeoff weight 68.5 tons, yep. 18016 knots, current latest weather, and yeah, I think it's otherwise it's all good. Okay, so any questions? No questions. Pushback. The taxi out, SID, the EO SID, regular takeoff, immediate return has been discussed. We are overweight for intermediate landing, but yeah. If it's non-urgent, we hold, otherwise come in immediately to land. Alright, very good. And yeah, you can actually even see that the push is always in that direction. Yeah, that's the flow for this part of the apron, so we'll do that. Here it appears that we have some disconnect points. So you know what? We'll follow these guys here. So something like that, right? Yeah, it's not gonna work, so yeah. So you know what? Let's try something interesting. Let's try something like this. So come here. Then here. Too difficult. Maybe like this. You know what? Never mind, it's too difficult. Or just do the normal stuff, yeah. Just come back here. Turn it around and tow us forward to disconnect. Yeah, if you do want us to disconnect there. Yeah, no, so in that position should be just fine. Very good. So that's the pushback as been planned. And yep, everything all set up for departure. Let's go ahead and do the safety inspection checklist. Safety inspection. First flight of the day. Surface and shocks checked. Maintenance status checked. Battery is on. And electric and hydraulic pumps on. Landing gear lever is down. Safety inspection checklist complete. Alright, let's get the AP started. Pumps can come on. 6 pumps on. We have more than 1 ton in the center tank. And let's say boarding has been completed, so we can go ahead and dismiss some of the ground services. So let's first release that and retract the air stairs. Release these 2 guys. And close the front door. So you can hear the front door closing. Very good. So you can go back to map and 10 here. Yeah, departure is very straightforward. Nothing to worry about. So APU starting up. Let's say that yeah, boarding is complete, and we'll say hi to the passengers. Very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. Welcome aboard Ryanair Flight 88 service from Lisbon to Madeira Funchal. Flight time today expected to be now 40 minutes, cruising at 37,000 feet. Weather conditions en route, unfortunately expected to be a bit turbulent, so we may have to keep the seatbelt sign on for quite a bit of the flight. It's a very nice morning here out of Lisbon. We'll be departing to the south and then making a southwesterly track towards Madeira. Weather conditions in Madeira at the moment are relatively windy, winds about 25 kilometers an hour on the ground, blowing from the northwest. There is a possibility we may have to hold for a bit before landing because the weather conditions will make it quite challenging with some strong winds, and we have to make sure it's safe for us to come into land, so do expect some delays. We'll keep you updated. And there will be quite a bit of turbulence on the arrival, that is to be expected. And this is all normal, and we are well trained for it. Thank you very much for your attention. We wish you a pleasant flight. Enjoy the in-flight service on board, and have a pleasant flight. Okay, PA complete. Do bus transfer now. Light has been turned off and we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and release that. Park brake set, so remove chunks. Alright. Let's go and do the before start checklist. Before start checklist down to the line. Before start checklist, iris mode selectors. Nav, gear pins, 1, 2, 3 removed, probe compass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removed. Line test checked, oxygen tested 100%. Your damper on, navigation transfer display switches, normal auto. Fuel, 8-4 required, 9-4 on board, 6 pumps on. We've got cabin util IV galley power switches on, emergency exit lights on, window heat on, aircon. And press packs on bleeds, packs auto bleeds on set. Pressurization mode selector is auto instruments. Heading 169, 169 QNH. 1009 set once, twice, 3 times indicating 350. Once, twice, 3 times cross checked. Auto brake, RTO. Hydraulics, normal. Speed brake, down detent, park brake set, step catalog switches, normal. VIVA fire warning. Checked, radios, radar, transponder set, standby, rudder aileron trim. 3 and 0. Takeoff briefing discuss, PA complete, FMC CDU. Set, N1 in IS box. Auto. Step trim. 6.25 units. Set. Performance, weight and balance, side sent, EFB airplane mode, stowed, mobile phones, airplane mode, flight deck windows and carpet door locked. Doors closed, passengers seated. And before start checklist completed to the line. Alright, so we are going to be early, that's good. It's always good news when you're early. Let's go ahead and connect the tug.
Cockpit to ground.
And we can actually start to prepare the aircraft for departure.
This is ground, stand
See
by.
anyone behind us? There is no one behind us. Yep, for the pushback, so just a reminder, we're pushing to face west, correction, face east. Let's take a look here once again, just to remind ourselves. So we want airport page here, and let's use the taxi route chart here. So push back to face east and no, sorry, face west. Yeah, face west. That's what we want. Zulu 2, Zulu 3, Mike, and Tango, and then uniform. Uniform 500 point, runway 20. Alright, is there a tug? There is no tug, so that's fine, yeah. So let's say we have been given our push and start clearance. Alright, before start checklist below the line, aircon packs off, anti-collision light on, parking brake set, and transponder alt off. Before start checklist completed to the line. Let's take the bleed on, lest we forget later for engine start, and let's release the brakes. And you can start the push. Disconnect.
Ground.
Push back,
You may
please.
disconnect.
Okay, sir, clear to disconnect.
Off we go. Time 19er. Lisbon traffic. Ryanair 088. Push back Pakistan 206 to face west on taxiway Mike 2. Lisbon traffic. Did I get it right? Is it Mike 2? No, it's Zulu 2. Correction. Push back to face west on Zulu 2. Lisbon traffic. Alright, let's say clear to start engines. Let's go ahead and do that. So packs off, bleeds on, and start number 2. And 2. Oil pressure. And 1. So fuel flow, EGT, looking good. good. So 50% start switch, and then 56% correction voice recorded, and 56% start switch, and then after that, so we have starter cut up, monitor 2. 2 stable, start number 1. So towing us forward now. And 2. All pressure. And 1. So pushback complete, set brakes. Brake set. Fuel flow. EGT. So thank you very much for the pushback. We'll see you next time. Bye bye. So hand signal will be on the left side, and then yeah, waiting for the hand signal. The guy is going away, disconnecting, removing the bypass pin. So starter cut up, monitor 1. 1 stable. Flight control check. Full up. Down. Control. Full left. Full right. Control. Rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. Flight control check completed. And save given. Hand signal received. For taxi checklist. For taxi checklist, generators on, APU off, start switches, continuous probe heat on, anti-ice off, icon, packs, auto bleeds on, isolation valve auto, flaps, 5 required, 5 selected, degree light, stab trim, 6.25 units required, 6.25 cents, start levers auto detent, flight controls checked, recall checked, for taxi checklist complete. Alright, ready for taxi. So, Lisbon traffic, Ryanair 088 taxi, holding point runway 20 via 0 Zulu 2 003 Mike Tango uniform 5 holding point, runway 20 Lisbon traffic. Right, brakes released, config checked, and off we go. Don't mind it come off. So 10 knots fair for the turn, right turn here on to Zulu 3 and then Mike further right. So left side on the mic looks clear, stop bar simulated, looking good. Zulu 3 confirmed, and Mike 3 on the right. Which is, yeah, looks clear as well. So Ryanair doesn't do single engine taxi apparently on departure. Single engine taxi up, yeah. But because if they did, this would certainly be a good time to do single engine taxi. Yeah. So continue further on Mike all the way. Little turn here, but that's fine. We can do up to 15 knots. Minutes warm up is up. So looking good so far. Still a Mike 3. Left Juliet, that's not what we want. You want to continue. Mike 2. That's what we see. Continue on Mike. we want to join Tango. So Tango 1 on our left. That is checked. So let's slow down for Tango. Right, and this is where we accelerate. So on Tango now, all the way. Continue on to uniform, which is the last one before the runway. Got 25 knots. You'll just go idle thrust after that. Yeah. So the aircraft naturally slow down, and we will cross on the right. Turn right rather than not cross. So, any changes to the takeoff briefing? None. Deficit takeoff, ATB2. Stop altitude, flight 100, bug up, LNAV on departure. Straightforward, and yeah, nothing much to worry about. Well, at least the closures that are simulated, that's very cool, yeah. That's really cool actually. Never seen something so nice before. Yeah, this looks really good. Very nice, very nice. Alright, so continuing on. That is uniform. It's checked on the right hand side. So after that it's going to be relatively short, so we'll keep the speed low, probably about 15 knots. Yeah, so let's slow down for 15 knots for this turn here. Nice lighting by the way, but this scenery, yeah, it's actually very nice. Though, well, it hasn't been updated for some time because I'm in 2020 still. It's still very nice scenery. I think that's some traffic that's on final, so yeah. So the first left is not what we want. We want to take this all the way to the end. So all the way to the end there.
Lisbon traffic at Portugal 218 established areas, runway 20, 5 nautical miles.
Alright, then we'll just wait for him, yeah. So just keep it slow, and let's say cabin has received the ready signal. And let's do the before takeoff checklist down to the line. So before takeoff checklist down to the line, config checked, laps 55 green light, step trim 6.25 units set, takeoff briefing reviewed, cabin secure, before takeoff checklist completed, down to the line. So this time no forgetting the before takeoff checklist below the line. So the stop bar is illuminated for the CAT 2 holding point, but we're not going to be using that, so all the way straight. Yeah, it says CAT 2, right? Yeah, it's CAT 2 holding point. It's interesting how, yeah, the stop bar is here, not there. So yeah. Lisbon traffic, Ryanair 088, hold short, runway 20, uniform 5, we'll wait for the landing traffic.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, the secondary stop bar over here. Okay, with the runway guard lights. And we'll watch him come into land. We'll take our lights off so that he knows that we will be holding short for him. So parking brake is set and we wait for him now. Looking good, looking good. Looking good. not sure whether there's a displaced threshold over here, but it does seem a little high, or landing a little late. But yeah, nice. Nice landing.
Thank you.
So TAP Air, Airbus 321 Neo, maybe in the FS labs or the any builds. Lisbon traffic, Ryanair 088, land up runway 05, correction 20 via uniform 5, Lisbon. So, lights.
Minus 72.
If he said something, I'm not sure what he actually said, yeah. Brakes released, and let's get rolling. Cabin crew, seats for departure.
And Sierra Portugal 218 vacated Hotel 1. Taxiing distance 124 via Golf.
Okay, before takeoff, checklist below the line. MCP set. Transponder TRE, landing lights on, strobe lights on. Before takeoff, checklist complete. Do rolling takeoff. Lisbon traffic, Ryanair 088, takeoff runway 20, Optos 10 departure. Lisbon. So, timing. Stabilize, takeoff. Takeoff thrust set, indications normal. Checked.
V1, working. Positive ring.
Gear up. LF. Alright, 1000 above, acceleration and then bug up. So flaps 1. Flaps up. Put in the flight directors and go command. Command A, MSP speed. Alright, flaps up, no lights. VNAV. And standard. VNAV speed. Standard set. Passing flight level 40. Now checked. Right after takeoff checklist, icon press, cabins level, div 2, and with climbing shuttling, they go climbing now. And the pack complete are set. Engine start switches off, or rather they're in the auto position. Landing gear up and off, and auto brake off, flaps up, no lights, altimeters set. After takeoff checklist complete. now, passing level 100, lights. Go ahead and release the crew and passengers. Reset. Reset. And the weather radar is showing depictions, but outside looks, yeah, perfectly clear and good. Accelerating to 301 and shading. Fixed pages, go and delete. And yeah, climbing nicely out of Lisbon. So altimeter is passing level 109 now, 10 checks. We have fuel, balanced, 6 pumps on, lights, APU, fasten belts, aircon and press, recall, checked, 10 checks complete. Alright, so it's going to be relatively uneventful now. Nice, beautiful morning departure. Out of Lisbon, you can see the sun just rising the bank there. And yeah, we'll see you for the descent approach and arrival into Madeira. See you then. Welcome back to the flight deck. So currently descending passing flight level 115 for altitude 4,000 feet, and we are on speed event. I put 220 just because, well, don't let it any thrust. The speed was already bleeding off, but we do have a 220 km flight with 70 restriction there, which you can see. The reason why I put it there is because for some reason I just didn't want to take it. Like if I put it there 220 now, for whatever reason it says invalid entry. I don't really understand why, but well, it is what it is. So that's why we're doing that, just to help ourselves a little. So that time they're approaching now is Villa Balera, and Madeira is just further down over there. Okay, approaching flight level 100 now, so we're actually on the, well, earlier on we were on the literal 1 bar right now that we've crossed. Approaching Pilum now. So it's actually, no, we're still on that arrival, yeah, but we're gonna be soon. Approaching Pilum, which should be the RP Alpha approach, because apparently Ryanair isn't certified to fly the RP Zulu AR approaches, yeah. Alright, flight 100 now. So, lights, fasten belts is on. And let's do our 10 checks. So, temperature is passing level 97. Now, 10 checks. Fuel, we've got balanced 4 pumps on, lights, APU, fasten belts, air compressed, cabin descending, diff 4. Recall, checked, spec engine at 25 degrees, and 1 to 1.5, monitoring. So, 10 checks complete. Alright, further descent now, 220 speed, fast level 90 now. So transition altitude here, as you can see, is 5,000 feet, so 60 would be a reasonable transition. 65 would be a reasonable transition level. Yeah. So, how are the winds at the moment? Not great, because, I mean, not great for you know, if you're being serious, because you can see it's pretty on limits, 350 knots, because the chart clearly says that the limit there is 15 knot gust up to 25. Yeah. So it's actually illegal to land at the moment of reading that, but we're going to do so anyway. And it's already slightly better because early on en route we went up to 340 17 gust 29. Yeah. So it's already slightly better over here. But yeah, that makes fun for us. We're not going to hold, of course. We're going to just do the approach and have some fun. Alright, so currently on there, waiting to decel now for the 200 below, fourth level, 4,000 feet. Correction, yeah, 200 restriction, 4,000 feet. We're going to take it manually. MDA is 990, as you can see here, 940, actually MDA 940, so we're going to put in 990, just add 50 feet there. Alright, steering thrust, let's go ahead and go back and slow you down now to the up speed. Yeah. So that's Madeira up ahead, good. Any traffic on Vacating? No, there isn't. Yeah, this time of day, everything's fine. Alright, very good. So, we have the 220 restriction, flight was 70, that's looking good. Okay, we'll fly the up speed, 211, that's fine. Adding a bit of thrust. It's efficient to add thrust at the up speed anyway, because this is the lowest drag. Yeah. So we'll keep it 1,000 feet over there, and I put in some waypoints just to help us with the arrival planning. So if you go to the plan page there, you can take a look there. You can see we've added a couple of waypoints. Okay, it's not quite right because we can't follow the other because this is assuming that we're going to speed up and all that for this approach. But yeah. This is just going to help us. We can disconnect manually, of course. We'll plan the gear down, flap 15. Once we are level segment, so the restriction, the recommended speed for Mike Alpha 565, correction, Mike Alpha 566 is 190 knots. And let's say over here, recommended 190 knots, so we're going to do that probably about, yeah, maybe our flap 1 speed. So afterwards, approaching that, we're going to go flap 5, then gear down flap 15. We've got 3 miles to make sure that we get the gear down and everything configured and ready for landing. And after that, we'll do our descent to runway 05, flight directors off, fly the anything visually. So passing transition level, set QNH once, twice, 3 times. Train display can come on here. So let's make sure to do the latest QNH. So that is 1019. Okay, it's increased even more, 1019. It's twice, 3 times, and indeed it's quite turbulent. So, cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. Faster crew, then we can do the approach checklist. So, approach checklist. Altimeters and instruments now passing flight level, correction passing 5,300 feet. Now it's checked. QNH 1019 said once, twice, and 3 times. And approach 8s, pretty much nothing. Yeah, there's really nothing. Flight approach course 219, that's all. No VOR, nothing to tune. Yeah, so approach checklist complete. Alright, do have a restriction here. 200 below, so let's go and go flap 1. And already just bumped 190 knots here, yeah. So continue on the descent to 4,000 feet. It's quite turbulent, I've got to say, quite turbulent. Yeah. So the Takeoff 564 mandatory 3,000 feet, that's what we've been told, yeah. So this is the point. Yeah, start a descent, the flap 5 speed. There. So continue down to 3,000, let's say we've been cleared for the approach. Data traffic Ryanair 088, currently band Takeoff 563 for the RP Alpha runway 05 approach, Madeira traffic. So 206, yeah, just a couple knots fast, it's fine. That is checked. So for the missed approach, well, here you can see the missed approach point is Takeoff 566, so it's straight to Monarch, climbing 3000 Monarch, join holding. But we're not going to do that for now. So if we do a missed approach at any point over here, it's going to go heading select and fly visually outbound. You can see the MSA here. I've marked it with Monarch. Apparently it's, yeah, this part there is up to 8,200 feet, the rest is basically 3,000 feet. 9,000, 3,000, easy to remember. Alright, very good, very good. So let's continue on the descent. Set 1,000 feet of path. Shedding 564 now. It's mandatory 3,000 feet, which we are now. So this is the part. It's on the descent. 3D descent power to 1,000 feet, and we have 3 miles to level off. So tell you what, I'm gonna go flap 5 now, already, just to get that extra drag in. And slow down, yeah. So that we can go gear down flap 15 over there.
$2,500.
It's checked. Let's go vertical speed, 1,000 feet a minute. Cabin crew, seat for landing. And 6 feet vertical speed. So that's the airport over there. Okay, good. As you can see, indeed, pretty windy and gusty. Yeah. Right, let's go and configure just a little early. So gear down now and flap 15. So flap 40 auto brake 3 landing today because we have VRF plus 10. And let's say we get to land, give now landing clearance. So flap 25. And flap 40. 151. So we want plus 10. Leveling off at 1,000. Auto quiet checked. So landing checklist. Start switches, continuous recall checked. Speed brake. There you go. I'm green light. Landing gear
Approaching
down.
minimum.
3 green. Flaps 40 green lights. Landing lights on. Landing checklist complete. Out hold. Reset to 3000 for the missed approach. And runway heading. Spin it way around to 049. Right, so autopilot off. Flight directors recycled them for the missed approach. Okay, now climbing here. Alright, start the turn. So minimum 850 over kilo, so you don't descend too much.
Minimums.
Checked, visual,
Caution, terrain.
it's checked. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn those off. Now in
Caution,
real life
terrain.
we wouldn't have all that nuisance warning. That's
Caution,
fine.
terrain. Caution, terrain.
So fly
Caution,
ourselves towards
terrain.
the coast.
Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain.
So 850
Caution,
over
terrain.
kilo.
Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
Ignoring that, of course.
Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
And we can continue
Terrain,
the descent
terrain.
now.
Pull up. Terrain, terrain.
Okay, too
Pull
red, too
up.
wide on the Pappy, that's very good.
Terrain,
Continue
terrain.
that.
Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
It's checked.
$400. $300. $200. $100. $50. $40. $30. $20. $10.
So speed brake up. Reverse normal. Manual braking. Alright, 10 knots, stow reverses. So, flight time here. And welcome to Madeira. Very strangely sloped taxiway, that's fine. There traffic, Ryanair 088 vacated and taxi to the parking stands. Good air traffic. Yeah, I don't even know what parking stand we're taking because in real life the flight is later than us. Oh, that's some nice terraforming here. Yeah, I used to use that metallic scenery, but then unfortunately the performance there is just much worse, so I switched to this, the default Sorbo. Yeah, but yeah, it is a little worse. But it's fine, yeah, it's fine. So trim, we've already gone way past 4 units actually. So let's go ahead and take, we'll just take a random stand. Too sure what to take actually. It's 4 units of trim. Tell you what, we'll just take, yeah, we'll just take the next stand. This one over here. So lights off. Split the APU. Okay, we'll take this one here. So stop position we'll decide for ourselves. Right, this will do. Parking brake set, waiting for 3 minutes. Alright, and this can go back to 049 for the return sector. For, yeah, for us, we won't be operating it, but yeah, you know, for the return sector. To help the crew a little, which is us, but we won't be operating it. So 049 set, and 3 minutes. 2 blue, 1 red, engines dead. Cabin crew doors to disarm, cross check. Engines spooling down. 1 and 2 below 20. To collision light off. Transponder 2000 standby. Alright. So, transient shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps, corrections, electrical. We are on the APU. Fasten belts off. Probe heat. Auto, anti-ice off, voice recorder on, echo packs auto, engine bleed on, APU bleed off, exterior lights set, start switches off, speed brake down, D10 flaps up, no lights, parking brake set, start limit is cut off, weather radar off, transponder 2000 standby, CBR/CB in, cockpit door unlocked. Transient shutdown checklist complete. Alright, so I forgot to stop that time there somehow, yeah. Ground services, send chunks, request that guy, lavatory, extend and request, get these guys in, and open the door. Alright. So, here nicely on the ground, Madeira. Yeah, actually pretty fun approach. It's always fun to shoot these approaches. Yeah. The turn wasn't 100% perfect. Yeah, I overshot just a little. Yeah, it's a bit hard to judge, you know, especially the changing winds and all that. But overall, I think pretty fine. Yeah, pretty fine. And yeah, a very enjoyable short morning sector with Ryanair again, once again. So yeah, safely underground here. And look at that crazy slope. Yeah, that we're on. Yeah, it's honestly just kind of funny. Yeah, it's too bad we can't use the italic scenery, but yeah. Well, anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.